If you get easily triggered and bothered by people talking within the realm of music about marketing or content or sales or brand, this is not the channel for you. Go ahead and leave now. There's dozens and hundreds of other podcasts out there to talk to you about growing your fan base as an artist, who will pat you on the head and say, there, it's okay. It's all about the art. You don't need to worry about that nasty marketing. And guess what? You'll never get anywhere. You'll just be continuing to play all these dive bars and make $50 a night and complain about how the industry is rigged against you. You're gonna be stuck working that 9 to 5 or a couple of part-time jobs just to get by while you try to live your dream as an artist. I'm not afraid to be the only one out here that's actually going to tell you straight up, if you don't establish your brand, you are screwed. If you don't establish a sales funnel, you are screwed. If you don't actually market yourself and create content, you are screwed. This is Makin Cents Podcast, where if it ain't about dollars, then it don't make sense.
Cause my revolutionary faculties got me switching up the game and changing minds. Get them out the system, I'll be saving
What's
lives.
up, y'all? Harkos here with the Makin Cents Podcast, where it's all about music marketing, branding, and how to have success, real success as an independent artist. And one of the biggest obstacles in the way of musicians, bands, artists from achieving that real success as an independent artist is getting out of their own way when it comes to words or strategies. So, for instance, I just said 2 dirty words when it comes to a lot of artists and musicians out here: marketing and branding. Another really dirty word is sales. Okay. Whenever I talk with artists about marketing, branding, or sales, they feel really, really dirty, right? They're like, oh, brand, man, you make me feel like a laundry detergent. Like, I'm a unique individual. I make this unique music from my unique life perspective. I get it. I'm an artist too. I understand exactly how it is. When you create your music, it's from deep inside. Okay. And a lot of times you feel it coming in from the ether once you connect in with that. You feel it deep when it comes out. And when you finally get it out, you're like, yes, this is what I've been trying to express. And I finally got it out. And so when you put it out there, you don't want it to be out on the market and it feeling to you like, oh, I just made another style of taco today, right? I want this to be very, very unique, something people have never seen before. And I completely understand. But in order to grow your fan base, you have to successfully brand yourself to showcase your uniqueness. You have to market yourself in order to get yourself in front of the people who are just as unique as you and who are going to really, really dig your uniqueness, okay, on a deep level, just the same way you're expressing it. And then you have to put in different sales strategies in order to make some money off of your music, not by ripping people off or scamming anybody, but by delivering more value to your fans than what they give you in money, okay? It's just an exchange of value, okay? They value their money the same way me and you value our money, right? We all value our money, and we give it to certain places and people depending on how much value we get in return. So whenever I personally love going to like a Mexican restaurant, I got a couple in my town that I go to, like the only ones I go to. There's like a ton of them. I only go to a couple because they're like really, really good. But whenever I go there, I'm like, yo, I'm giving you my $20 for a plate of enchiladas when I can make it a lot cheaper at home. But I value that enchilada and that whole serving and the atmosphere and everything like that more than I value my $20. Okay. Same way when I go and grab a pizza or whatever, right? Same way whenever I go and do any form of entertainment. Like if I go to the movie theater as opposed to just watching it in my house, right? We all value our money and we give it out for something that we see more value from. And that's the exact same way that as a fan, they are going to treat when they give you as an artist or band their money for your music or for your merchandise or for the experience you're giving them, whether it's a live performance or like a live stream type of situation or an insider program. And it's the same way as if they just donate to you. Okay. These are all different ways that you can grow, but you got to brand properly, you got to market properly, and you got to have a proper sales strategy. Okay. So those three words, marketing, branding, and sales, you got to be like, hey, you got to be comfortable with those. You got to say, hey, look, okay, I get it. I got to do these things. No, I'm not a commodity. I'm a unique individual, but you have to do these things. And those are all dirty words. And I'm sure a lot of y'all, if you're looking for music marketing help, you're already kind of comfortable with those words. But a lot of y'all still may be uncomfortable with what I consider the dirtiest word amongst independent artists and musicians. And that word is content. Yeah, I just said it. Content. Now, some of y'all may be about ready to throw up as if I just said the word moist, right? Some people, that affects people so crazy. I don't understand how the word moist can affect people so much. It doesn't bother me, all right? And depending on how it's said and who says it, get what I'm saying? Moist may be actually a good thing to be happening, right? But, moist bread's not that great. I'll get you on that one. Anyway, I've just said the M word multiple times, and some of y'all are probably about ready to actually throw up because I know some people actually have a physical response to that word for some reason. But anyway, excuse me. Content is one of those words that really throws a lot of independent musicians and bands and everything like that off because they feel like that's even more dirty. It's even more dirty than branding because they feel like they're just being another one of those content creators. Harkos, I'm not trying to be a TikTok star. I'm not trying to be a YouTube star. Okay, I'm not trying to be a YouTuber. I'm out here trying to make my music. I get it. But these social and streaming platforms rely on content in order to market your brand to your fans and potential fans. Okay. And honestly, I think that a lot of artists and musicians and bands, I use those three words because everybody describes themselves differently. It's another wording thing, right? If I say artist, well, a band may not, they mean, hey, we're a band, we're a collective, we're a group. Okay, fine, whatever. You get what I'm saying, all right? If I say artist, it means a musician, it means a hip hop artist, it means a jazz player, it means a drummer, it means everything, right? In between, a singer. Anyway, I think a lot of artists, they see content as a dirty word because they're lazy. Okay? And you know what? I'm probably talking to a good amount of you listening right now. You don't like the word content. You don't like to create content because you're lazy. The shoe fits, wear it. And get to stepping if you don't like it. All right? But you're being lazy because in today's society, I'm broadcasting, or I'm recording this, in October 2024, okay? And in October 2024, it is easier to create and distribute content than it ever has been, okay? So before the internet revolution that really, really caught on after the smartphones really got popular in the early 2010s, somewhere in there, artists would still create content. They just didn't see it as that. And honestly, a lot of independent artists couldn't create content, okay? Because music videos, those are the main form of content, right? Music videos were really expensive to create and even more expensive to distribute, okay? It would cost thousands with an S at the end, multiple zeros, to create a music video, okay? And yeah, some people were able to do it on a low budget, do it themselves. They knew how to edit video and stuff like that, which is awesome. But then it came time to distribute it. Well, before the internet, before YouTube, there was only a few really main platforms for distributing your music video. Okay, yeah, the mixtape era had the mixtape DVDs that would have music videos on it, but the main place you were able to find it was on MTV, BET, VH1, things like that. Okay, did I just say MET? MTV, BET, and VH1. Let me say it again because I feel like I said that wrong. Anyway, put a comment down below laughing at me if I just said that wrong. But anyway, those were the main places you can get your music video out. And you had to have a lot of money to get your music video on there, okay? And with that being the only few ways to get your music video out there, those companies, those television channels had a stranglehold on music, okay? They were able to say what was hot and what was not, okay? And honestly, they didn't even have to say what was not. They just didn't say it, okay? And a lot of independent artists had to sell their soul, sometimes literally, to get on a major label, to get a major deal in order to be able to have the funding behind them. Sorry, my dog just sneezed. For those y'all, like, what is that noise? But anyway, so a lot of these independent artists, they had to get on a major deal in order to get that funding, in order to be able to have the music video created, but also distributed to MTV, VH1, BET, right? Well, that made it to where those channels could be like, hey, look, unless you have X amount of dollars, your song's not going to go nationwide. Okay. And even when it came to, you know, the music itself, that's a form of content. And you could create that. It was expensive to do. And it's became a lot more cheap now to create. But even still, it was always expensive to get it on radio, even your local radio station. It was always expensive. People were always bitching about payola, pay to play, all that fun stuff, right? But it was always expensive. And today, an artist or a band, whatever you want to call yourself, you can create and post video and music content and other forms of content for free. Okay? You can create music for free. You can. A lot of you are like, no. Yes, you can. Okay. Obviously, if you play instruments, you're not going to be arguing with me as much because you're like, yeah, of course, I know I can create music for free. I got a guitar. Well, I had to buy the guitar. Yeah. Besides the infrastructure, you got to buy. Once you get the infrastructure, you can create it. But when it comes to hip hop artists and stuff like that, singers, you can create the content, the music almost for free, okay? But the video content is the one that you can really, really, really create for free, okay? I know some of y'all are probably yelling at me right now because I just said you can create music basically for free. No, I'm mixing and mastering. Hey, look, you can learn how to do all that stuff yourself, okay? And then you can take that skill and make money off of it by helping other people who are either too busy or too lazy to learn how to do it themselves as well too, okay? That's how you'll make a business. I'm not going to argue with everybody over that. Let's focus back on the video content because that's really what I want to talk about, because that's what drives social media and streaming platform success and turns people into super fans to where they're actually contributing to you on a financial basis by buying your music, your merchandise, and your experiences, okay? You can create video content for free on your phone. You already have a phone. Everybody's got phones. I see homeless people with phones. Okay. Somebody's like, oh, I don't have a phone. I don't know what to tell you if you don't have a phone. Okay. Because I see homeless people having it all the time at the homeless shelter, sleeping on the ground out in front with a cell phone. Okay. Trips me out too, but I see it. So you can create your phone. You can use your phone and you can create content with it. It's very simple. You just record it, and then there's free programs out there like CapCut, or if you got an Apple product, you can use iMovie. There's multiple other ones out there as well too, but you can create music videos with your phone. On top of that, you can also create individual pieces of content that aren't music related, but they're more personality related, okay? They're interest based, that are hobby based. And those types of video content really are crucial, more than just the music content, okay? More than just a music video or some kind of video with your music on it. Having an interest or a hobby based video that you can share out with your fans and potential fans is really, really key to growing as an artist or a band, because You're letting people see behind the curtain and get a behind the scenes, a raw, real image of you as an individual, to showcase that individuality we just talked about at the beginning of this episode, right? Sorry, I'm tripping over my words a little bit, y'all. Bear with me. I don't do any edits in this, okay? I just go 100%. So if you hear me trip over my words, hey, I'm being raw and real too. But you need to create content, okay? And it's not just about creating the music video content, because the music video can only go so far. And like I tell artists all the time, there are almost 150,000 songs uploaded to streaming platforms every single day. And yes, I know streaming is not the end all be all, okay? Just roll with me here, okay? There's almost 150,000 songs uploaded to streaming platforms every single day. And streaming is the number one way people find new music, and also the main way that they enjoy their music, okay? So you got to think, you have to compete every day with 150,000 other songs and bands and artists and everything like that, okay? How are you going to do that? How are you going to stand out? Well, Harkos, we can't stand out. I got to sell out to a major label, or, oh, Harkos, the system's rigged. No, those are lazy ass excuses for you not figuring out a way to achieve, okay? You can create content for free on your phone, music and interest based. You have to do it. And you have to post it on a regular basis on the social media platforms. And it can't be, oh, new song out now, stream now, buy now. Oh, coming out soon. No, none of those. When you are creating this music or personality related content for your fans and potential fans, it cannot be openly promotional. Okay? It has to be 100% about the content in that video. Whether it's a long or a short form piece of content, it has to be 100% in line with the content your description does. It has to be only about the vibe of that content. That's it. And people, you're probably thinking, Harkos, well, then how are they going to know to go stream my song? It's a brand new song. How are they going to know if I don't tell them? How are they going to know it's available for sale on my website if I don't tell them? Well, people in general may be pretty stupid, okay? But they're not that stupid. As I said in the last episode, when you're crafting your branding, you got to make things as easy as possible for the lowest common idiot, right? And so when you do that, like I said in the last episode, if you haven't checked out the last episode about branding, you really need to go check that out, because there's a lot of key points in there that I'm piggybacking on in this episode that you're going to be lost, okay? But if you listen to that episode and you implemented everything I said, you already have your website in your bio on all your streaming platforms, all your social platforms as well. So when people see or hear your content for the first time, they already know to go check the bio if they want to see more content from you, right? No matter if it's streaming or social platform, if somebody comes across you the first time and they like it, then what they do is they go to your profile on the streaming or social platform and they go check out more of your stuff. And then if they really like it, then they hit subscribe. And then since you have your website in your bio, which you should, if not, go back and watch the last episode as many times as possible until you actually get it done. But once you have your website, now people are like, oh, let's go check out his website, or their website, whatever. I speak in generalities. Let's go check out the website. Let's go see more of what they're about. And then that's where you can offer them all different kinds of things. You know, you have some of your stuff for sale. You have stuff that's free giveaways in exchange for their email address, so you can have email direct communication with your fans. Okay? And that's how you build strangers into fans and fans into followers and super fans. Okay? I said that backwards, actually. When you build strangers into followers, followers into fans, and fans into super fans. There we go. It's my own thing I made up and I got it twisted. But that's how you draw people over. And you're not going to draw people over by constantly sounding like a used car salesman, especially if you are the one that I was talking about at the beginning of this episode, where you get turned off by talk about marketing or sales. Like, I see that all the time, where artists, bands, musicians, whatever, I will see independent artists bitch about it's not all about sales, it's not all about the money, music needs to speak for itself, all these cliche bullshit lines. And then I go look at their content and it's all heavily salesy. New song out now. New song coming out soon. DM me to get the link, whatever. Use the pre-save link now, pre-buy now, or on pre-sale now. All these like heavy-handed sales tactics. And I'm like, hold on. I thought sales was dirty. Oh, it is. Well, this is what I got to do. Well, you're not doing it right. The best salesperson on the planet is able to sell you on stuff without you knowing that you're being sold until after you buy. And then after you buy, you feel okay with it. That's a good salesperson. And that's what you need to be out here when you are promoting and selling your music. You need to sell your music to these fans and potential fans in a way to where they are going to voluntarily want to give you their email, to give you their attention, to give you their money. And that is how you are going to be able to sell without selling. And the easiest way to do that is to create entertaining and engaging content that just speaks to the music or your brand, what you stand for, who you are, and what you're about, what your story is, right? Like I said in the last episode, the 3 pillars of building a brand is your name, who you are, right? Your name, what you stand for, and what your story is. So when you're creating your music and you're creating your visual content for your music in the form of a music video or some other kind of musical content, you're expressing yourself and what you're trying to portray in that song in the form of visual things. I lost my word there for a second, but in the form of the visual, right? The scenery, what you're wearing, the tone, the darkness or the lightness of it, all that kind of stuff, different colors. All these different things go into play whenever you're creating your visual artistry for your audio music that you created, right? It's all art. But then whenever you create your interest-based stuff where you let people in on some of your hobbies and your interests, stuff like that, what you stand for, what your story is. When you're creating that content, that's all with the purpose of just entertaining and engaging with your fans and potential fans. That's it. And if you have your brand set up properly and your social set up properly, like I discussed in the last episode, you got everything set up on your website properly, people are going to be able to go down what I call the fan journey without you having to push them. Okay? Especially at the beginning. That's where you don't want to push them, because if you push, you'll push them away. So you want to draw people in. Okay? And by drawing them in, you create entertaining, engaging content that speaks to your music, yourself, and your brand, what you represent. That's it. No out now, buy now, stream now, pre-save, none of that shit. Coming soon, nothing. Especially don't coming soon. I'll talk about that in another episode. But pre-promotion on social media is the worst thing that you could do on multiple levels. Like I said, I'll create another piece of content or another episode about that in general. It's probably going to be the next episode, actually. That's a good idea. I'm going to do that in the next episode. I'm doing it right here live on air. But once you create that content and you're creating it on a regular basis, preferably having a short form piece of content go out every day, having 2 to 4 long form pieces of content go out every month, depending on what it is, that is the best formula right there. If you can't do as much, personally, I think that you're not trying, because I have a free course available over at my website called TikTok Style Music Videos. Okay, if you want more information about how you can create 30 days worth of short form, entertaining and engaging content that you can put out on the social media to attract new fans and to engage your existing fans. TikTok style music videos, little walkthrough that I have, course, whatever you want to call it, is completely free. And it shows you how to create 30 days worth of entertaining and engaging content in as little as 1 day, absolutely free. You can create it all in as little as 1 day. I'll show you exactly how to. So go ahead and let me know down in the comments or go to musicmakingsensepod.com for more information on that. But once you have created that, now getting your stuff out there in the form of advertising is so incredibly cheap and super efficient now compared to what it used to be. Again, let's go back in time to before the internet, when you were having to spend a ton of money to create your music and your music videos compared to what it is now. You also had to spend an incredible amount of money trying to get your music or your music videos up on radio or TV. It was almost impossible for the average independent artist. Like, for instance, Nelly, right? For those of y'all who know Nelly is, his CD, Country Grammar, he took 4 years promoting that before it finally popped nationwide. Okay? Now, for all you artists out there who are like, oh, I don't want to promote any of my old stuff, that was 6 months ago, or that was a year or two ago. Imagine going all around the country, doing all these different shows, going to all these different gas stations in your local area and everything like that, and pushing the same one album for 4 years. And then it blows nationwide, and now you get to go on a tour and sing those same songs or perform those same songs. Yeah, doesn't seem that bad to promote a song from a year or two ago now, does it? Imagine being Nelly and doing the same set of songs for 4 years, and then it pops, so you got to do it for another year or two after that. No, thank you. But it was very, very difficult because when you did promote on TV and radio, you didn't know if it was hitting the right people. Yeah, if you made hip-hop music and you put it on MTV or BET, you know it's going to go out to people who will probably like that. Same thing if you make rock. You know, you could put on MTV depending on the year. But VH1 was a big one, right? There's a lot of other channels, but I'm using those three as big examples, right? Because I don't want to make this too long of an episode just by listening off all these different channels, right? Because there's a lot, when satellite had a lot of channels, you know, over the years, cable got a lot more music channels, yada, yada. Anyway, radio was even a crazier one to try to promote on, because a lot of times people had their local radio on in mechanic shops, in offices, whatever, right? And they were just passively listening. And still to today, a lot of people passively listen to music, but there are more systems in place today to make sure that your advertising is hitting the correct people than ever before. And it's a lot cheaper, okay? It is almost free to reach people on social media compared to what it was on TV and radio in the past, compared to what it still is today on TV and radio. And costs have went down because people aren't doing it as much. It's incredibly easy, and it's highly efficient too, because what you do when you set up a proper ad, see, this is another thing when a lot of artists say, oh, ads don't work, man, they're just scams, Harkos. No, you don't know how to set it up right. Because if you set up an ad right on whatever platform, when you set it up right, you're going to be able to signify which people and which type of people liked that piece of content and took an action on that piece of content within that ad. And then you can retarget those people and what's called a like audience, which is people like them. Okay. And the algorithms on these social platforms and even the streaming platforms are built just for that. Okay. So you can do an advertising, which is what I do whenever I set up advertising or show artists how to do advertising properly, is because I do both things. I'll do it for you, or I can help you out with it, right? MusicMakingSensePod.com for everything you want to find out. But whenever you set those up properly, you advertise on social media and it goes over to your streaming platforms. And both of those algorithms on the streaming and the social platforms learn based off the interaction on your profile. And then it starts organically suggesting it to other people like that. And then when you put in some more money, it puts more gas on the fire. Okay. It's incredibly cheap to do this comparatively to what it was and comparatively to what it still is on TV and radio. And it's highly, highly efficient because you know exactly who liked your stuff enough to take an action. Okay. And you don't have them. It's not just an accidental one click. You make people take 2 clicks before you even pay for that ad. Okay. So that way, you know exactly that they really wanted to go listen to that full song after they saw that clip in that ad. Okay. And the algorithms know that because then those people, when they go to your streaming platform, they save that song, they add it to their playlist, they listen to it a lot. And then the social, the streaming platforms start suggesting it to people who like that thing, like that same kind of thing. They look at the profile of the music that person listens to and suggest it to other people like them. Same thing with the social media platforms. When people start liking and sharing your ad, which I have seen, that's what people will do. You may think it's crazy, like, what? No, if people like your content and your ad, they will like and share it as well as comment on it. And that right there not only gives you free shares on your ad, right? Extra reach, but it increases the algorithm's strength and efficiency to do that, okay? But it all starts with your content, okay? You have to create entertaining and engaging content and put it out on a regular basis. That way, when you do aim it at people, you can find out who rocks with your music the most, okay? And you can do that through the organic and through the paid versions, okay? That's how you're going to be able to identify your fan base and grow them. But you have to put out a steady supply of diverse, entertaining, and engaging content in order to be able to find those people. Okay? You have to. It's very, very, very simple to create this. And like I said, you can go to, musicmakingsensepod.com, which is in the bio of wherever you're listening to this at, right? Or watching this if you're watching on YouTube. You can go to the website, musicmakingsensepod.com, find out everything about Music Making Sense Podcast, right? But that's where you can go to Apex Music System, which is the music system that I've created that encompasses all the different elements of a solid music marketing strategy that you need to have as an artist or a band or musician, whatever you want to call yourself. This is the one system that you need to have in order to have sustainable, real growth of your fan base. Excuse me. Creating content is one of the biggest pillars within that. One second. Excuse me. Let me check. Okay. Yeah. My voice is back now. Let me take a quick drink. One second. There we go. I didn't want to take a drink in the middle of the episode, but I also don't want to cut it out because I want to be real with y'all. Yeah. The Apex Music System is the system that I created that encompasses all these different things. And the 3 main pillars of the Apex Music System are streaming platforms, social media, and sales. Okay. And there's all kinds of different elements that have to go into this whole system. And creating entertaining and engaging content and putting it out on a regular basis is the pivotal and most important piece of that. Everything else is all the backbone and the infrastructure. One second. I am sorry about my throat, y'all. But the entertaining and engaging content is key. The backbone and the infrastructure that you have set up with your website and all the social platforms and your bios on point over there and your streaming platforms all set up and your music out everywhere and everything that you have set up within your website in order to, give people, free MP3s of some of your music or other kinds of free things in order to gain their email address so you can start communicating with them on email. The ability to communicate via email in a proper way, not just sending it out through your Gmail account, but actually sending it out in a real way that's not going to get you spam blocked on your email provider. All these things have to go into place within the Apex music system. And I called it the Apex music system because it's the apex, it's the top, it's the pinnacle, it's the only thing really that you can have set up in order to create a sustainable fan base, okay? And that's what you want. That's what you're here for. You made it, 34 minutes through me rambling about content and other content-related things because you resonate with what I'm saying. You're like, yeah, Harkos. Okay, what's the punch now, man? Well, the punch is this. You need to set up the Apex music system. Whether you set it up on your own or whether you set it up through me in some way, whether you take one of my DIY options where I show you how to do it and you just set it up yourself, you manage it all yourself, and you stay 100%, self-reliant, which I'm all for. I'm 100% for self-reliance. Or you want to save some time, a lot of headache, just have me do it for you. Because I've done it for multiple artists, I've done it for myself, and I've perfected it to where I can streamline it and it makes it a lot easier if I just do it. But that all depends on you and your choices. You got 3 options. You can do it the really, really hard way, where you got to go scour online, try to figure out how to set up all these different pieces, right? You're like, yeah, Harkos, I get what you're saying, man, but, I don't really know about, buying a course off of you or paying you to help me out with this stuff, man. I'm not really sure about that. I'm just going to keep scouring on YouTube and see what I can find out here, see what other kinds of bits and pieces other people are going to give me. Maybe I'll sit and I'll continue listening to all your content on this channel, Harkos, and then, I'll put it all together with bits and pieces. Okay, go for it. Oh, we know what? I can just go to YouTube and figure out how to make a website, or I can go to YouTube and figure out, I can go to Google and figure out this or what. Okay, go for it. I already spent that time. I already spent those years. I already spent those nights falling asleep at my desk while I'm in the middle of editing videos, learning how to edit videos, let me say that, and being woken up by my significant other at that time at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Hey, it's 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. You need to go to bed. You got to get up at like 7 o'clock and go to work. What are you doing? Type of thing, right? Because at that time, the person I was with, they worked nights, right? But I spent all that time. Now, I can save you all that time if you want. I got 2 different options, but both of these options are the Apex music system, okay? You got the DIY option and you got the me helping you out, us working one-on-one together to help you put together and implement the Apex music system in order for you to grow your fan base for real, okay? Yeah, I just said it. I just said for real. I say it all the time, honestly. My kids laugh at me. I also say fi-fi too, just to have fun. Like, oh, that's fi-fi, but that's just me being stupid. Anyway, you have to put this together. And whether you are a brand new artist who just started making music a few months ago and you're trying to figure it all out, these are the things you need to have. Check it. You need to have all these things put in place. You need to have a website. You need to have your social media all branded and on point, and you need to have a solid content creation and release strategy, which includes your video content on social platforms, including YouTube. I consider YouTube a social platform and a streaming platform, technically, but more of a social platform because of the video element. But then you also have to have a steady content creation strategy and implementation of your audio music as well, too. You can't just put out a 12-track album once a year or twice a year. It doesn't work like that. You got to put it out in a steady way, and you got to do it strategically so that everything works together, okay? And you're not going to be able to put all that together if you don't know what you're doing. And some of y'all may be like, yo, Harkos, man, I know what I'm doing, or I've been doing this for X amount of years. Okay, superstar. You've been doing this for 2, 4, 8 years. and you're checking out content from me to figure out how to optimize? Okay. Appreciate you tuning in and checking it out. But I think you're missing some pieces somewhere along the way, yo. And hitting me up, getting things set up within the Apex Music system is going to help you. And some of you might be like, yo, Harkos, man, why are you just pitching the Apex Music system? It's the only way. The Apex Music system is a system that I put together to help you master and grow your social, your streaming, and your sales in order to grow your fan base and live that musician lifestyle that you want to live, where you're not struggling anymore. You're not working a bullshit 9-to-5. You're not working some crummy ass part-time jobs, a couple of them. You're not struggling to get by. You're not living on somebody's couch and bumming rides and, oh, I got to figure out how to get to work because the bus isn't running today and I still got to get to work, but I don't have money for an Uber type shit. Okay? If you don't want to be living like that anymore, no matter if you're been doing music for 2 months or 2 decades, if you're still in that situation, you need to implement the Apex Music system. Like I said, I got DIY and done for you options. Apex Music System has its own website, apexmusicsystem.com. You can also go to musicmakingsensepod.com where you find out all the other things about Music Making Sense Podcast, but you can find link right there to Apex Music System. Okay? But like I said in this episode, the main thing that you have to do is showcase your music in a visual way. Not visualizers, not static videos, an actual video of either what's called B-roll, for those of y'all who don't know what that is, like where you have video of different things going on, or whether it's actually you singing or spitting or playing music into the camera. Okay? It's also a mix of that and having some hobby and interest-based stuff. If you're political, if you're religious, if you stand for social justice rights, whatever your interests are, you're sports fanatic, right? Whatever your interests and your hobbies are, you can showcase those. People will resonate with you on that, on those interest-based pieces of content, long or short form video. And then they're going to go back to your profile. They're going to see your music. And then if they like your music, they're going to rock with you on your music. If they happen to not like your music, they may still rock with you on your interest-based stuff. Okay? But they're still rocking with you. And if they're like, oh man, I love, this artist right here because I like this person, and they're always talking some raw stuff about anime or politics or whatever, but I don't really like their music. I'm not much into rock or hip hop, but because I like the other one, but I know a friend who would like it, then they're going to share it with them. This is how you grow, okay? And I could go on for hours about different ways to create content, but in reality, if you just hit me up, have a free consultation for the Apex Music System, I can come up with ideas right there on the spot that we can work together on, me and you, whether you're a band or a solo artist, and help you strategize your video content so that you can grow a real sustainable fan base, okay? And the possibilities are endless, okay? And like I said, that you can create it absolutely for free on your phone. But you have to create, okay? You can't be lazy and you can't have all these excuses. Oh, well, music videos are so expensive. You're already paying for your phone. There's free apps to help you edit. It's free to publish on social platforms and YouTube. What cost? Oh, well, I got to have, one I love. I got to have an industry-ready music video. What exactly is that? What exactly is an industry-ready music video? Because the way I see it, an industry-ready music video is any music video that people love so much that it catches the attention of the mainstream industry. That's it. And honestly, people are going to love the content within the music video more than they will the special effects and if it's shot in 8K or not. A lot of y'all get hung up on, oh, well, I got to have a specific type of camera so I can get the right blah. No. Are you being entertaining and are you speaking to your brand in the video portion of it, in the visual shit? Yes. That's where people are going to resonate the most. They're going to see that, and then they're going to hit unmute. They're going to listen to the song, and they're going to put them both together, and they're going to enjoy it, audio and visual. That's where they get the enjoyment. And yeah, if it's like a really grainy video or the video doesn't really make sense, you're going to throw people off. It has to make sense, and it has to be clean. But any cell phone sold within the last 5 years, even track phones and, these prepaid phones, can shoot in at least 1080p, if not 4K. 1080p is high def. And as long as you haven't cracked your camera, then you can shoot in high def. You can edit in high def, and you can upload to the platforms in high def. So stop with all the excuses about, I don't have enough money for that. It's very, very simple to do all these things. And like I said, when you are able to create this content, you're able to get out of your way and stop thinking about the word content or the creation of the content as being a barrier. Oh, I don't want to be a YouTuber. I don't want to be a TikTok star. I'm not trying to get you to do that, okay? I'm trying to get you to find fans on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, on X, on Spotify, on YouTube, on Apple Music, right? On Tidal. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help you get your fans. So you keep standing in your way all you want to. You're the only one holding yourself back. Don't blame the system. Don't blame everything stacked against you. Don't blame all these major labels. No. Because you already have a phone. You're probably listening or watching to me ramble on it. You can create the content for free. You can post it for free. And you can find people out there for free. Now, yeah, I said something about ads earlier. That's fuel on the fire. You got to start the fucking fire first. Okay? If you don't create entertaining and engaging content, you might as well, if you don't create entertaining and engaging content, you might as well stop making music. You're just going to be a hobby artist. You're never going to be able to live that musician lifestyle. And you know what? If that's what you want to do, you listen to 46 minutes of me going on, and you're like, you know what, Harkos? Yeah, you know what? You're right, man. I don't want to deal with any of that music business shit. I just want to be a hobby artist. Okay. Have a good day. I genuinely hope you have a good day. Go on. Stop watching this video. Unsubscribe from the channel. Go on out there. Continue busking on your local town street corner. And just playing music for fun and doing gigs to help somebody out or whatever the situation is, just playing music around your house. Go ahead. Go on out there. Be a hobby artist. Have fun. Enjoy your life. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. But if you want to live a musician lifestyle, then you need to not only like, share, follow, subscribe to this video and this channel, which I'm sure you already have if you got 47 minutes in, right? Right? Make sure you hit that button. But you need to implement the Apex Music System that combines social media, streaming, and sales in order to grow your fan base in a real and sustainable way. That's what the Apex Music System is, okay? Using these social and streaming platforms for the marketing and advertising platforms that they are. That's going to be another topic for another piece of episode out here. Is a lot of y'all think social and streaming platforms are sales platforms, and they're not. Your website is. Social and streaming platforms are marketing and advertising platforms, okay? And you use those to direct people to your website, to develop direct communication via email with them, to establish the deep communication needed to be able to sell them your music, your merch, and your experience, okay? That's what Apex Music System is. And it's not some quick fix, get rich quick scheme thing, okay? It takes time and effort, all right? And Apex Music System is only for serious artists who are ready to build a better lifestyle, the musician lifestyle, okay? So if you're tired of playlisting scams and feeling like the system's against you and, oh, the algorithm's working against me, I'm shadow banned because I said something that Facebook or whatever didn't like. You know, if you're tired of being tempted by these playlisting scams or stream teams or other tired, useless tactics, you need to go to apexmusicsystem.com and you need to join the Apex Music System. Like I said, DIY or me working one-on-one with you, okay? You need to go over there and you need to join the program. You need to develop your own Apex Music System in order to grow, okay? But I will tell you right now, if you don't have the will to create content on a regular basis, you will not be able to have any success in the Apex Music System. I can only do so much. Even if you worked one-on-one with me, okay? If we worked one-on-one where we met every single week or couple weeks, whatever, you know, your schedule, we met on a regular basis and I worked directly one-on-one with you, giving you direct help, running your ads for you. If you don't create content, if you don't stop having the excuse of, I'm not a content creator, I don't have the money for these music videos, I can't. If you don't get all that don't and can't shit out of your mouth and out of your mind and say, all right, let me go get it, then I can't help you. You've just listened to 51 minutes worth of my episode and you're still going to have all these excuses. You're probably going to say, oh, Harkos, man, you don't know shit. Okay, I don't know shit. But look at your fan base over the last month, 6 months, a year. You didn't grow shit. So say I didn't know shit all you want to, but you didn't grow shit. And no, follow for follow, stream for stream, shit like that you do with other artists is not the way to do it either. At all. You're never going to find your fan base doing that. You have to use the Apex Music System. It's the only way to do it. Okay? So, if you're ready to actually get to work and grow your fan base in a real sustainable way to where you can live a better lifestyle, okay? That musician lifestyle. If you're a serious artist, you're not a hobby artist, then not only keep continuously listening and viewing, however you're consuming this episode, to all these episodes I'm going to be putting out here at Music Making Sense Podcast. Every week I'm going to be fine-tuning and getting better and better content here that's more direct, that speaks to exactly what you need to do. Keep tuning in. But if you're a serious artist and you're ready to take that next step and actually grow your fan base to where you can live a better lifestyle, you need to hit me up and we need to work. Like I said, I can work one-on-one with you. I also have some DIY options that are a little cheaper and allow you to be self-sufficient if that's what you're into. ApexMusicSystem.com for all the information. And of course, MusicMakingSensePod.com for any and everything Music Making Sense Podcast. Make sure you like, share, follow, subscribe, follow on the socials as well too, everything like that, okay? And especially make sure you go over to Apex Music Making Sense Podcasts on YouTube, okay? You can find the link at the website, MusicMakingSensePod.com. and join me and all these other artists and music lovers every single Wednesday night live on YouTube, where I'm playing artist music and helping artists out with a little bit of their marketing, okay? Every single Wednesday from 9 until 11 or 12 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. And if you want to submit your music, you're an artist of any genre, you want to submit your music, go to musicmakingsensepod.com and submit your music. It's absolutely free to submit your music, okay? And then join us. It's a great hang, okay? I've had some great episodes here lately. People come in and hang out in the chat and everything like that, you know, cracking jokes, having fun, enjoying some great music. And it's a great midweek way to blow off some steam. Not just for me, but for you as well too, okay? So, again, if you're a serious artist, you don't want to be a hobby artist, you don't want to just be a local artist no more. You want to be serious, you want to change your life. ApexMusicSystem.com. Hit me up. Let's get to work. I got all kinds of different options to help you out, 100% customizable, okay? But the Apex Music System is the only way to do it. And we got to build that. So when you're ready, hit me up. Let's hop on a free consultation call and get everything set up for you in the proper way, okay? And in the meantime, see you on Wednesday at the What the Fuck Wednesdays music reviews. Come hang out. And then, of course, I'll see you on every episode of Music Making Sense Podcast, right here where you're hearing my voice. Y'all have a good one.